How are y'all? Having a beautiful morning, I hope. We're having a rather cold morning. Cold in the desert. What a concept. It's kind of even crazy. Yep, we have uh, a regular devotion that we have had before, but I'll wait until we get a few people in. How's everyone this morning? Well, we only got 3 people this morning. All right, well, if 3 people's the ones that want to hear it, then 3 people's the ones that are going to hear it. 4 people's. Ah, can we get a few likes? Better than the other day. We got what 13 likes and no people when I come on, or one person. I don't know how that happened. I think YouTube got its wires crossed. Oh, we got 5 people. Well, 5 people is enough to start. Oh, we got Matthew chapter 7. And the reason why I go back to this one is the amount of messed up messages that we got. Um, the amount of messages we got, and the amount of people that got upset about us going down there and visiting Dog Lips. Um, and it bothers me that people are so judgmental. It really bothers me because you know we're not supposed to judge each other, and because you don't like a certain person, then anybody that has any connection with them or talks to them at all is in the wrong. That don't make sense. Um, well, personally, from my standpoint, it doesn't make sense to hate on a person because you don't like another person. Or there's always the other thing, which several people got upset about, was everybody's been fine with the fact they know that I personally don't believe that weed is a sin. I personally don't believe that smoking weed is a sin. It's nature. It's what God gave us. I mean, and the effects of it are far better than most of the pharmaceutical medicine that most everybody in here takes. But I don't take any kind of pharmaceutical medicine, so the only medicine I do take is natural medicine. And everybody's cool with that, but the one time that I do a show to where I smoke on screen, and I did indulge quite a bit. Um, I did smoke quite a bit, and a lot more than I normally do. But see, these are the things that were troubling me and bothering me most of the night last night, and you know, I had said yesterday that people look at these YouTube channels and look at it as entertainment, and you know it wouldn't hurt to actually stop and think, not necessarily me, because I don't need any thanks for it, but it wouldn't hurt to necessarily thank one of the creators that you like watching so much, because it's not, yeah, you're getting entertainment out of it, but people are putting everything they've got into it, and the amount of hatred is just sickening. It's just wrong. There's no reason for that. You know, for us, y'all act like we have a privilege of putting our whole life out there, and it's not a privilege. It's actually more of a curse than anything, because with putting our life out there, we get criticized more than anything, or more than anyone that I know. I mean, I get more feedback from every single move I make than most anybody I know. I'm none of us are perfect, not by any means. But yet, because you don't like one guy, or because this guy, yeah, Dog Lips is very known for running around in these chat rooms and talking a lot of crap. And I hope he's listening, because he knows. He knows. I told him the same thing. Yeah, you're well known for that. You're well known for being a troll. Everybody knows that. He started out with Dibble. He trolled. Oh my goodness, he used to piss off Mike so bad it was unreal, and he did the same with me. But he got it. It got an entertainment for him. And it doesn't make anybody a bad person because they're doing that. They're just they're bored. Some of them are bored, some of them are lonely, some of them happen to be, like we say, the ones that are sitting in their mama's basement, and just have nothing better to do, but some of them are actually good people. Dog Lips, he's a good person. He just has a really kind of twisted sense of humor. Good job, buddy. He's the same way. He's a really good guy. He really is. And it takes a lot for a person to put everything out there, especially even his mental breakdowns. He puts everything out there. And and I know from the same standpoint that it's tough when you do that. I mean, his whole life is out there. But anyway, it's not for any of us to judge another, and instead we should lift each other up. We should not be judging each other. And like we're fixing to read, we'll read about the hypocrites, the ones with the beam in their own eye. Yeah. Did that need to be repeated? The ones with the beam in their own eye. I don't know. She just read or clicked in there. Yeah, read them messages. There's several. That one. Wait. Oh, now you're deleting messages. I told you. I thought you were going away, because all you wanted to do was argue. Anyway, all right. Judge not, lest ye be or that ye not be judged. Be not judged. I can't even read right. I got my words all screwed up here. Hold on. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with that judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with that measure ye meet, and it shall be measured to you again. And why beholds thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam in your own eye? Or how will thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thy own eye, and then thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of your brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they be trampled under their feet and turn against and rend you. But judge not. We got a beam in our own eye. How are we going to judge our brother for having a mote in his eye? In other words, how can you judge another person if you yourself are imperfect? And we all are. It is not our job to judge. That is God's job. And you see what happens. I mean, look at today's world and today's society when man decides to play as God. That's a serious topic. Man has tried to play as God and has completely destroyed everything we have, because he has tried to take God's job away. So, all I'm saying though is think about that. Those of you that got upset because I smoked online or on screen, we all agree, and we've talked about this millions of times. We all agree. God gave us nature, not a chemistry set. And in nature, he gave us weed, along with a lot of other stuff that is perfectly fine for us to use. And you know what's funny is a lot of people, they'll go to the doctors and they'll take all this blood pressure medicine, they'll take all these sugar diabetes medicine, and they'll take all of this pain medicine, pain pills and antidepressants and all of this stuff that is made from chemicals and destroys you. They can take all of that and say, okay, well, this is all right. And even though I'm getting the effects of it, they'll still get behind the wheel of a vehicle and drive. You know, they can take 2 or 3 or 4 pain pills and still get behind the wheel of a vehicle drive. They can still go into public and everything, and they're fine with that. But if somebody smoked a joint, and that's just something that they should be doing in private and should not be seen, because everybody seems to think it's a sin. And the people believe it's a sin because they're taught that from a young age. Oh, marijuana is illegal, so therefore it's got to be a sin. Just because the government says it's illegal does not make it a sin. Government says it's illegal to walk up and talk to somebody about God, which is the exact thing of witnessing. I've seen some states actually have that law and that ordinance.
Holy crud, it's cold.
Yeah. Yep. Genesis 1 and 1:29. Need to get that oil pretty quick. Yeah, 2 minutes better or not. Anyway, the point is, I don't know whether it was that or whether it was the fact that that Dog Lips was on the show. I'm not sure. Cocaine and heroin is made out of a plant. That don't mean you should do it.
It's the chemicals that is with it.
Yeah, you're right. You know, and honestly, there is a lot of different things, and it's not in what you're doing; it's in the overindulgence. You going if you want to know something really funny? Look at a lot of your medication, and you'll find that there's actually they used to make a lot of medication with cocaine, but they would take small little bits, microdoses. They would take microdoses and put it in medicine. A bunch of
Hypocrites.
Huh?
Hypocrites.
Hypocrites, yeah. Living like that. Weed, heroin, and
Morphine.
yeah. See, they use that stuff to put into medication to.
Sorry. Keep putting my arm in the way. Sorry. Cold.
Anyway, so bottom line, there's really no point in all the judgment. There's really no point in all the hatred and
In moderation, yes.
yes, cocaine used to be in coke. And they took it out of there. And believe it or not, I've done some studies on it, and cocaine itself, in very, very small doses, is actually been tested to be used. What is it? Was it for depression, or in microdoses? It was for either depression or it was I don't know, one of them. But they have found that it is useful in that. Heroin, none of that stuff was meant to be used in a big quantity. When you take weed, for instance, everybody's seen the videos back when I was at the treehouse. Not productive at all. I wouldn't get up and build anything. Wouldn't get up. I didn't want to do nothing but sit on the couch. I was couch locked all the time. It's because I smoked all the time. From the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. Then I'd wake up in the middle of the night and smoke another joint. And I'm not exaggerating. But that was where it was overindulgent. It's not that, I smoke what? Once, twice a week? If I get around people that have weed, because I don't carry any with me. So, if I run into somebody that has some, great. If I happen to be in the state that it's legal, I'll carry some. It's, wonderful. I'm in Arizona, so not carrying any. So, but, it's, I don't run around. I don't have to have it every day. I don't smoke it all the time. I smoke it with people, just the same as you would drink a beer. And obviously, that's not wrong either. Let's put the facts out there. Does anybody know what Jesus's first miracle was and why? Not just what it was, but why.
Yes, I do.
His first miracle was turning water into wine. Why? Because his mother come and told him that they were out of wine for the wedding supper. He literally made water into wine to keep the party going. We can drink a little bit with our friends, drink a beer or two. We can drink a beer or two with our friends. We just don't overindulge. When you overindulge, you get the headaches, you get the hangovers, you get the stupidity. You run around trying to hurt somebody or do something, mad and.
Quit smoking the indica, smoke sativa, you'll get more done.
Yeah, I know, but I don't get to pick what kind I get when I smoke with whoever is around. Yeah, I'm just now starting to learn the difference with the indica and the sativa and stuff. I'd like to find a place that grows and go in and try to work all the different stages. I would love to, so that I could learn how to do all of that. But I have to find somebody that's willing to, find one of the farms that have, living facility and stuff like that, and is willing to take on somebody that knows nothing about it. I couldn't even get them plants to grow there in the desert. I killed them all. The ones I had, I killed them. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about growing weed. I know how to grow, other stuff in a garden. I used to have big gardens. But, yeah, I don't like the indica because of the head buzz so much. You get way too much of a head buzz. You get almost like a drunk feeling. But any which way, my point is, stop judging, please. I hate to say it, but with all of the creators, I think we all feel the same way. We all kind of feel the same way with this. Especially I do, because I put everything in my life out there, and I put it all out there for somebody to be able to see one man's walk with God, and it might bring them closer to God because they get to see the good times, the bad times, the aggravation, the laughter, every bit of it, because I display every bit of it, and I talk about every bit of it. I don't hide anything. I leave everything out there, and and people get to see the fact that just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you're perfect. Just because you follow God doesn't mean that you don't stumble from time to time. And the people that get a chance to see that, we think as creators, most creators think that they should be happy that they have the privilege to get to see that. Because this day that I get fed up with trying to do this, and I may just turn it off and decide not to turn it back on. I come very close to it the other day. I was getting really agitated about it because it's just I'm being judged and persecuted all the time. And then I got into the Bible and I read on there that blessed are those that are persecuted in my name's sake. And I'm trying to do everything I can with God and with Jesus in mind. Everything with the channel. So I am getting persecuted for that, and for that I am blessed. But I have to say that it is a rather harsh thing to say, but from what I've read in the Bible, the ones that persecute us and the ones that judge us nonstop, you have your own judgment that you're going to have to face. And like the Bible says, I just read it. Don't be a hypocrite and judge me. You have to deal with judgment yourself. And you have to deal with judgment for who you judge. I'm not perfect by any means, and I fall short. I fall short quite often. I do things that I shouldn't. I say things that I shouldn't. I have, I have issues with people at times. I get angry with people at times, and and I have to wake up and realize it's not my place to judge it. But sometimes they really get under your nerves.
Okay. We have an hour before our shower.
Okay.
We're not getting that hard, but in no hour.
All right, guys. Anyway, you have no faith in time frames. I got this. All right. Bottom line, don't judge. And then the indicator is the one that we need.
The thinner are of the mountains. Thinner air are.
There of the mountains.
No fire for coffee.
No, we're going in. There's a place. Why you rush me like that? We just talked about that stuff yesterday. It don't close until noon.
And I want to shower right now.
You know, there's a part in that Bible that talks about being too anxious too. Anyway, guys. Bottom line, treat your brother, treat your neighbor, treat them as you want to be treated. And I'm sure nobody wants to be judged for every single move they make. And it's not bothering me because y'all are judging me so much. Anyway, it's not a matter of it bothering me so much. It's a matter that I see this happening over and over, and you understand that you're going to have to take accountability for your own judgment, for what you have judged others. You are going to take accountability for it. So let's just stop judging others. At least work on it, because it's pointless. You know, it really is, and it's hurtful. I am putting my whole life out there so that y'all can see one man's walk with God. The great times and the bad times. You know, every bit of it. And he was telling me straight up because I was telling you not to worry about that right this second. Anyway, you know, we have to help each other out. You know, the object is we got to get up God's mountain. Okay, we have to get up God's mountain, and a lot of us are going to stumble. A lot of us are going to trip. A lot of us are going to decide to do cartwheels back down the mountain. Whatever the case is, it is our job to help those around us up. Now, as far as the ones that decide to do cartwheels down the mountain, they might be out of reach. But no, I'm thinking. Anyway, it is our job to uphold and help those that are around us. It is our job as Christians. Those of us that are Christians. Those of us that aren't Christians, I'm not sure exactly why you hung in that long, but hopefully you might find something that brings you closer to God. That is the whole meaning of doing this. If y'all prefer for educational purposes or whatever else, if you prefer for me to divide my channel up, I'll put a different channel out there, and the other channel is all the everyday things that we do. And this one can be all scripture and all preaching, but that means no more live streams. I've combined it all for a reason. I really don't want to split it up, but I'm going to end up splitting it up, or I'm going to end up stopping doing this because for some reason the videos are causing people to judge more than anything I can think of. And I don't want to cause anybody to be more in sin, because judging is a sin. To judge one another is a sin. I understand we judge them by their fruits that they bear as to whether we, but well, the only reason why I've even thought about stopping that is because I let it bother me. And truth be known, I have no reason to let it bother me, because like Isaiah 41:10 says for us not to fear, for God is with us. You know, and so anyway, probably keep it going, no problem. I have no intention on stopping, but I am begging you for your own sake. Those of you that have this judgmental spirit about you, I am begging you for your own sake. Understand that you do have to answer for any judgment that you put out on someone else, same as any of us do. That is something everyone needs to think about and understand. Anyway, I gotta get over here and start tying down this thing and trying to put a tarp over it, get that situated. I'll talk to y'all later on. I'll try to do another video later, doing something, I don't know, maybe when I'm gathering firewood or something. We got a pretty packed day getting stuff situated today. So love you guys. God bless.